So come and follow me to the Story Museum.
To make, you know, it's really that's a lot of fun. But yeah, so
Is that your original?
yeah.
How did I become an illustrator? I have always drawn ever since I was little. I just knew I could draw, and I just could draw better than my friends. So I was always drawing for them and drawing comics for them, and I was really taken by Marvel comics. I mean, those were our big thing that we had. And we used to go to the movies on Saturdays and trade them for others, and there was this weird kind of understanding what a comic was worth. I don't know, it was like the stock exchange. So then when I went to high school, I did art. My father wanted me to do Latin. Well, I had been doing Latin, but he wanted me to continue to do Latin because he wanted me to be a lawyer, and I wanted to go to do art. Anyway, I ended up doing art and went to art school, studied fine art, and very luckily got a job as I graduated in advertising. Then my brother was working for Oxford University Press, Africa Sales, and he said, "Oh, I'll get you an interview with the editor of children's books." Oh, okay. So you can imagine, this is the days of the memo, right? And this memo arrives on the editor's desk, Mr. Ron Heapy, saying, he says, "Well, there's a guy in Africa Sales who's got a brother that draws." To his credit, he saw me, and I went in and showed him my portfolio, and as I was leaving, he gave me the story. He said, "Have a look at this. It's a story about a black cat with a witch that lived in a black house, and she has problems. She just keeps tripping over." Now it's, you know, I don't know, 30 languages and sold 6 million copies. Who was to know that, you know? Well, I had a long, hard think about it last night, actually, and I came up with taking a traditional story, which quite a few people have done, called Chicken Licken. And this is the version I have in my collection of picture books, because it's a story of how when Chicken Licken was walking in the wood and an acorn fell on his head and he misinterpreted and thought it was a sky. And then as he walks through the forest, he'd go tell the king, and he walks through the forest and he meets all the animals, the hen, the duck, the turkey. But I think you need to have a long line of all these animals following each other, the line getting longer and longer. And perhaps at first it's because I think picture books are very cinematic. So first of all, it's quite a close-up shot of chicken. Then you pull back, meets the hen, and then pulls back and meets the duck, and then you get this long line. You keep going back, so they're getting smaller and smaller until and then I think the forest perhaps would get darker and darker because now they're going to be coming to meet the foxes. And then when they eat them, I think I would have had them on pizzas and, I don't know, give it a modern context. That's what I'm saying, give it a modern context. And maybe they're walking through, urban areas, perhaps not just the forest, and maybe they're not going to go see the king, maybe they're going to see, I don't know, the president or the teacher, or I don't know, something like that. Well, the one I would choose is actually here on the exhibition in the Story Museum. I love space. I always sort of thought of being an astronaut, and I was just fascinated by space. And when this story came up, it was such a wonderful thing. I just loved drawing all these planets and this never-ending space, which we think looks black, but it's actually full of colours. The whole thing of being an illustrator is a lot of happy accidents, things that you didn't quite plan and they happened. In this spread where Winnie's in space, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm sitting with my dip pen, and I'm dipping and I'm looking at this drawing, and I should be going to bed. The drawing's finished, but I'm fiddling, scratching my fiddling, and then a big blob of ink just goes bloop, right on the artwork, right in the middle of a planet, which took me a few hours to draw. Lateral thinking, I straightened out the edges, smoothed them out, then put little stars, put a little bit of shadow on the planet, and we immediately had Mr. Professor Stephen Hawking's black hole. So this is the drawing that I was talking about that I would like to bring to life. And all those planets there in different colours, I had such fun drawing this. And there's that black hole I was talking about. It's a blob of ink, bloom. And I just rounded it off, put some little stars on it. Yeah.
Come and follow me to the Story Museum.